I want you to look at this. Don't touch your phone. Just look at it. Do you recognize it? That jelly. My friend calls it the gravy. You've seen it every time you've opened up a can of Spam. You scraped it off or not. You tried not to think about it. Hey folks, I was in the Marines and served as an infantryman. We lived on MREs, meals ready to eat. Day in and day out. Same thing. But these 3 cans right here, Spam, Vienna sausage, corned beef. If you had these in your possession back in the Marines, you can barter anything in the field. And I do mean anything. These were gold. I'm also pretty sure this is how I lost all my hair.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding, probably. You didn't ask what was in them back then. You didn't read the label. You just grateful they existed and hoping you didn't get sick. So I'm asking the question today. 40 years later, I finally looked. Now, the internet right now in 2026 is defending this can. It's not mystery meat. 6 simple ingredients. Nothing to hide. Are you kidding me? I've got 3 cans right here. Spam, Libby's Vienna sausage, and Libby's corned beef. All 3 contain sodium nitrate, the same preservative the World Health Organization puts in the same cancer category as cigarettes. The internet says, don't worry about it. Today, we're going all the way in. 3 canned meats, 1 microscope. I'm not going to show you what real meat looks like today, you guys. Sorry about that. These 3 cans are going to show themselves. You tell me which one actually looks like food. Enough of the talk. Let's go. Okay, let's pull it out and see what we got here. And what is that? Oh my God. I'm just going to put this back in and call it a night. I'm just joking, guys. Here's the real deal. I'm going to pull this sucker out. We're going to take a little sample of it. And I'm going to cut the very first top off right here and just gently slice a piece off. There we go. On the slide, a little bit of a distilled water here once I put this log back in the can. See how tightly that fits? Perfect. Distilled water and a cover slip. Let's go to the scope. Okay, one hand, here we go. Put this on the stage. This is a Spam, and let's lock it in, good to go. And over here, I'm adjusting the stage further back. And then over here is the course adjustment. And let's go, I think we're ready. Here's the laptop I'm recording on, and here is the eyepiece. And let's go. Okay, first look at the Spam under the lens. You're looking at it, you guys, and I'm looking at it. And I've got to be honest, it looks like a abstract painting, only if it's pink and white. So what's wild is the lack of structure. I keep looking for a muscle fiber, a piece of something that used to be an animal, but all I'm seeing is this emulsified, grainy slurry. It's consistent, I'll give it that, but it looks more like a construction material than dinner, doesn't it? So let's start moving through the power. We're at 40 times here. You can really see how uniform this whole block is. So let's bump it up to 100 times, and you see those translucent pockets? That's the aspic. In this can, it's that jelly coating, but here, it's clearly the glue holding this slurry together. So we're pushing this up to 400 times, and you see those spherical bubbles? Those are flat globules. They've been sheared so finely that they aren't even recognizable as adipose tissue anymore. It's effectively a meat and fat foam. It's impressive from the engineering standpoint, but terrifying from a culinary one. There's zero cellular structure here. So let's go ahead and crank this up to 1,000 times to see if I can find a single grain of beef or a strand of fiber. But it's just this uniform granular beige. If you ever wondered why Spam feels the way it does in your mouth, well, now you know. You aren't chewing meat, you're chewing a highly engineered protein matrix. So yeah, the scope doesn't lie, you guys, but it definitely makes me look at my sandwich a little bit differently. I can't remember the last time I had a Spam sandwich. So there you go, that's Spam across the full spectrum, 40, 100, 400, and 1,000 times. It's not a mystery meat, because the mystery is solved. It's an emulsion. And frankly, I think I'm gonna stick to my fresh cut deli meat for a while. So now we're moving on to the Libby's Vienna sausage. Let's go. Come on, guys. You know you're hungry. This is like bobbing for apples, but bobbing for Vienna sausage? It's kind of gross. Look at this thing. I'm gonna take a little bit off right from the middle here and put this on the slide like so. And I'm going to put 1 drop of distilled water and a cover slip. let's go to the scope. All right, next up on the bench, Libby's Vienna sausage. And honestly, this is the one that really tests the definition of meat. I'm looking at this under 40 times and it's, well, it's not exactly steak, is it? It's basically a semi-solidified slurry. It's got this weirdly uniform, pale aesthetic that makes me wonder if a cow ever actually met this product in real life. Let's move this up to 100 times and see how consistent the texture really is. There's no grain, no fiber, just this endless beige sea of whatever this stuff is. It's crazy. So let's bump it up to 400 times, and here's where it gets interesting. And when I say interesting, I mean alarming. These perfect circular structures, those are emulsified fat droplets. They've been forced into this matrix so hard, they don't even look like fat anymore. They look like more like a biology experiment gone wrong, and you're looking at a high pressure emulsion where the protein has been pulverized into total oblivion. So let's crank this up to 1,000 times. We're going all the way to find anything that resembles an actual muscle cell. I'm searching for a hint of protein structure, a strand of connective tissue, something, anything to prove this came from an animal, but I don't see it. I'm still looking. It's just this uniform ghostly haze. If you put this under a microscope in a pathology lab, you'd be baffled. Seriously. It's not food in the traditional sense. It's an industrial engineering project designed to sit on a shelf for decades, maybe a lifetime, I don't know. So there you have it. The Vienna sausage under 1,000 times. It's less of an animal product and more of a protein and fat suspension. I've seen enough of this Vienna thing. We're gonna move on to Libby's canned corned beef. Let's go. Oh, so before we get to the canned corned beef, I have always wondered, what is this water inside the can of the Vienna sausage? So you know what? We're gonna find out right now. So starting out at 40 times, you can see the initial suspension, cloudy, unstable, and full of particulate matter. Okay, so switching to 100 times, the structure becomes clearer. It's a chaotic mix of suspended proteins and microscopic debris. That's all it is. So now look at 400 times and look at these massive, perfectly spherical fat globules. This is a hallmark of a high pressure industrial emulsification process. Fat isn't integrated into a muscle fiber. It's suspended in a liquid matrix. Let's push this all the way to 1,000 times. It looks more like a chemical emulsion than food. There's no cellular structure here, just a sea of tiny suspended fat droplets and what looks like pulverized binder residue. It's an engineered solution to keep the meat hydrated, and it's not a byproduct of cooking at all. Far from that. So this is exactly why that meat had no texture. The water is just holding a tank for that fat that couldn't stay in the sausage. You want the forensic truth? Don't eat this. Well, you can eat it if you're in the field, you have nothing else. Okay, so let's move on to the Libby's corned beef. Let's do this. Okay, here it is. When was the last time anybody has bought this with the key on the side? I remember back in the day, but really? Wow. Okay, so let me put this key into this little tab right here. And if I remember right, it rolls all the way back. So let me speed this up a little bit for you guys. Almost done here. Yeah, here we go. Right about there. So, okay, so what is this? Okay, this is scary, you guys. Who eats this stuff? I love corned beef, but not in a can. It's pretty hard to the touch. And on the top lid here, residue. So let me take a piece off of here and put this on the slide. 1 drop of distilled water, and let's go to the scope. Okay, so we've looked at the emulsified slurry of Spam and the liquid suspension of Vienna sausages. Now, we're at the wild card of the pantry, Libby's canned corned beef. Let's go. At 40 times, you can immediately see a difference. Unlike the previous samples, this isn't a uniform paste. There's actually texture here. Do you believe it? I'm seeing distinct fibrous structures. It's not just an engineered emulsion. There's an actual attempt at mimicking actual muscle meat. Go figure. So let's push this up to 100 times and those structures become clearer. These are muscle fibers, though they're clearly processed and compacted, but they are still muscle fibers. Let's push this up to 400 times and you can start to see the breakdown of the protein matrix. It's coarse, it's irregular, and there's a significant amount of interstitial fat. The kind of connective tissue you'd expect from a brisket style cut. It's not elegant, but it's certainly closer to an animal than the other two. by far. Now, at a 1,000 times, the reality of the preservation process actually sets in. Look at this cellular degradation. The fibers are shredded and the binders, likely starch-based, are everywhere, acting as a structural support for the meat. It's heavily salted, which is why we're seeing these crystalline structures throughout the slide. It's a classic high-sodium, shelf-stable product. So, is it corned beef? Technically, yes. It has the fibers and texture of muscle tissue, but it's also a highly refined high-sodium matrix designed to survive a nuclear winter. It's arguably the most real meat we've looked at today. But that's a low bar to clear. The scope confirms it's actually beef, but maybe keep an eye on the sodium intake. So next, I'm gonna show you a side-by-side comparison. If you were stuck out in the wilderness, hiking, or just another Marine, what would you choose? I wanna know in the comments, so let me know. Let's look at this. So look at these side by side at 40 times. The difference is pretty obvious. The corned beef is the only one here that actually looks like real meat. You can see real fibers and actual structure. Then you got the Spam. It's definitely processed and it's basically held together by that jelly, but it's still got more body to it than the sausage. So the Vienna sausage is just a total liquid mush. It's so broken down, it's basically just fat and water holding hands. So we've stripped away the fancy labels. You've seen what's actually in the can. Now, if you had to pick one to eat, which one are you actually choosing? Okay, so we've taken the tour. We've looked at the emulsified slurry of Spam, the industrial suspension of the Vienna sausages, and the fibrous matrix of the canned corned beef. None of this is mystery meat. We know exactly what the process is. It's the science of making perishable protein shelf-stable through extreme mechanical processing. But after seeing those under the AM scope, T490, I think we all have a clearer picture of what convenience actually looks like at the cellular level. I'm Will, and this is a visual scientist. If you want to see what else is hiding in your pantry, or if you have a suggestion for the next investigation, hit that subscribe button and stick around. We're only just getting started. Oh, check out this video. It'll tell you if you're paying too much for that meat at Costco. Take care of yourself.